Welcome back, my name is Carrie, and today I'm going to tell you why I think it's only a matter of time before Tesla enters the prefab home market. There are a bunch of videos flying around YouTube that claim Tesla is building a $10,000 tiny house for sustainable living, but those are what we like to call clickbait and have nothing to do with anything. Clickbait aside, a lot of what they're doing over at Tesla does align perfectly with the prefab home space, and when you zoom out and look at everything going on, it's to the point that I don't know how they wouldn't be at least considering it. I don't have a direct line to Elon, so I can't confirm, but I do think it's something that's coming down the pipe because I've noticed signs of interest. And when you look at everything going on in the world with housing and Tesla's popularity, it just makes sense. When you think about it, they already have the manufacturing expertise, demand for their products, and a way to differentiate themselves from everything else on the market. So what's the holdup? Summer 2021, it was reported that Elon Musk was living in a Boxabl casita on the SpaceX property in Texas. The news had the internet in an absolute tizzy as people speculated on whether it was true, but that was just the beginning of what we'll call the Tesla tiny house Elon Musk craze. People were very intrigued to find out that a billionaire was living in a 375 square foot home that delivers 8 feet wide and folds out to 19.5 feet wide after being delivered to the site. People just assume that all billies are living in mansions, so when it was suggested that one of them was living in a Boxabl casita, people were interested. It wasn't long after that videos started coming out suggesting the Boxabl casita was actually a Tesla product known as the Tesla Tiny Home for Sustainable Living, but I've debunked that in multiple videos, so I'm going to leave it alone. Elon Musk's ownership of the casita was confirmed this summer when he was a guest on the Full Send podcast and confirmed that he owns a prototype model of the Boxabl casita that he uses as a guest house.
With a Boxabl rumor.
I do actually have a Boxabl, yeah.
You do?
Some prototype Boxabl. I use the Boxabl as my guest house.
Oh, nice.
His casita was one of, if not the very first casita actually delivered to a customer that I know about, which makes me think two things. Number one, he was an early investor into the company because he likes the idea, and part of the deal with his investment was a prototype casita that now sits at SpaceX. The second scenario I've been running is that maybe he wants to get his mitts on an early casita to run some R&D on it and eventually come out with his own version. I'm not talking about ripping off Boxabl's ideas and coming out with a knockoff version. That doesn't really seem like his speed. I'm talking about having friends and family stay in the home and provide him with feedback on what it's like to live in a space that size. What works? What doesn't? Is it big enough? Can you smell the bathroom from the kitchen when you're baking bread? Stuff like that, so he can use that information to come out with his own prefab home. I'm calling an audible and adding a third scenario. Maybe he bought a Boxabl just because. I bought an Igloo cooler the other day. That doesn't mean I invested in the company or I'm going to try and make my own cooler to make sure my super colds remain optimal longer. I just wanted it. Maybe Elon just wanted a space for his guests. This is the lamest of all the scenarios and I think the least likely, but what do I know? It's not like any other car manufacturers are building prefab homes. Or are they? This is the Toyota home. That's right, folks. Toyota is currently building prefab homes in Japan and apparently have been doing so since 1977. They first got into selling homes as part of an effort to find new applications for their manufacturing technology and expertise developed from automobile production. The Toyota home is a bit different than what I'm used to seeing over here in North America. Here, we typically see off-site constructed single-family homes built to ship in 1, 2, or 3 modules, with a few companies marketing designs with a higher quantity of smaller units to get the desired overall size. Toyota Homes ships multiple 150 square foot units and connects them on-site to achieve the layout the customer selects. The modules are roughly the same size and shape of a shipping container, with approximately 85% of the work finished in the factory, including walls, floors, ceiling, appliances, and finishes. The modules are shipped to the site on flatbed trucks, craned into position and fastened together to be move-in ready in around 4 to 6 weeks. I think part of the reason larger modules are used in North America is because there's just so much land to cover and shipping can get really expensive. If we compare it to the Boxabl floor plan, it wouldn't make any sense to ship it in 2 pieces around the size of a Toyota home module when it can be shipped in 1, right? Toyota did build 50 homes in the US as part of an experiment near their San Antonio plant, but that was it. I don't know why they didn't adjust the product for the market, but my guess is with such a large landmass to service, it didn't make any sense to ship 10 150 square foot units to get a 1,500 square foot house, and the plug was pulled. However, they are having success in Japan. In 2019, Toyota Home sold 10,000 detached homes between their prefab and on-site divisions, which is a big number in my opinion. Toyota Home has proven that a vehicle manufacturer can have success in housing, but Tesla has absolutely no experience in it. Or do they? If Elon Musk had only ever built cars, you likely wouldn't be watching this video, because I wouldn't have made it. However, he has a track record of building and selling things that are in no way, shape, or form related to his companies. Exhibit A, the flamethrower. Or was it not a flamethrower? Technically, the flamethrower was from the Boring Company, but you get the drift. The point is, the guy doesn't shy away from a new idea if he thinks it's good. On top of that, they actually do have experience building homes. In 2017, Tesla did a tiny house tour in Australia to showcase a home that was equipped with 6 solar panels and one of their Powerwall batteries for energy storage and was 100% powered by renewable energy sources. The home was 20 feet long by 7 feet wide for a total footprint of 140 square feet, around the same size as a Toyota Home module. This home was never designed to go into production as a home that could be purchased by the masses. Its purpose was to tour around Australia, being towed by a Model X to showcase the benefits of Tesla's solar panels and Powerwall. However, that doesn't change the fact that there technically has been a Tesla home built. I like the overall look of the model home, but do fully expect to see something more futuristic if and when they design a home. Something along the lines of the Space by IO House or the C2 by Nestron, but obviously with a Tesla spin on it. If they do it, I think the Tesla fan base would be all about it, but on top of that, it would allow buyers to fully live that Tesla life. I don't own a Tesla. I've actually never been in a Tesla, but it seems like people who do own them absolutely love them. Right now, the Tesla fans are able to purchase a Tesla vehicle, and they can purchase Tesla accessories for their home, but that doesn't make it a Tesla home. The amount of interest that Boxabl received when it was announced that Elon Musk was tied to the company at all is an indication of how close people are following his actions. They've become one of the most recognizable off-site constructed homes on the planet in a very short amount of time, and I think that connection had a lot to do with it. What a perfect opportunity for Tesla to promote a lifestyle based around their products. The family who drives the Tesla Model X can park it in front of their Tesla Model H and plug it into their Tesla charging port that's fed by the Tesla Powerwall, storing power created with Tesla solar panels. Think about the Australian Tesla tiny home tour at scale with real people living in the homes using the entire lineup of Tesla products simultaneously. I think it's just a matter of time before Tesla announces their entrance into the prefab home market, and I see it playing out in a couple different ways. The first way is they design and build their own prefab home from scratch, including expanding existing factories to facilitate the construction of their new homes. The more I think about it, the less I think that's going to happen. I think it's more likely that if Elon Musk decides to enter the housing space, it'll be through the acquisition of a scrappy startup that's managed to get a lot of attention through an innovative product that could shake up an industry. Kind of like Boxabl. Story sounds familiar. Or maybe he wanted it just cuz, like my cooler. No, there are a lot of things lining up that make me think Elon Musk and Tesla will enter the prefab home space. Too many things for me to keep my trap shut. I often find myself headfirst in rabbit holes thinking something makes so much sense that I have to get a video out before the news is announced. Of course, this is more of a prediction video than facts, but what's the point in keeping it in my head when I know there are other people who might find it interesting? Or maybe there won't be. I don't know if Elon Musk is planning to enter the prefab home space, but the move makes so much sense to me, and if I say I knew this was going to happen after it's been announced, people will say, yeah, okay, fella, sure you did. If they aren't already thinking about it, they should be, and I'll be following along for any indication that it's happening and posting updates right here on my YouTube channel. That's all I've got for today. If you like manufactured home videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I've got new ones coming out every single week. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.